Well, ladies and gents, welcome to Madworks Garage for getting the ice cream van running and moving. Today we're going to be putting on an exhaust pipe and cleaning up the front brakes because one of them's binding bad, and doing the petrol tank. Yay! Anyway, I was just going to show you what I found under here. Right, here we are. Underneath, near side of the van, there's the exhaust, what's left of it. All wobbling about there, light's not brilliant I'm afraid, and there is a big old hole in it. So as you can see, it's absolutely past it really. The front end is rough, only to be expected, and the front end will be taken off and replaced anyway later on, but not yet. On the upside, the wishbones are good. They've got some surface rust, but they're not rotten by any means. Or the upper wishbones are all good as well, the top ones. A bit crusty stuff on it, but that's it. Obviously shock absorbers, all the bushes, rubbers, brakes, brake lines and everything else, and it'll be replaced as we go on. But anyway, underneath here, if you look up there, I don't know whether you can see, there's only one bolt, I don't know whether you can see it, holding the exhaust on. So we've got to get that out. We may have to take the manifold off and put new studs in. And then we can put the exhaust on. I've got one there, which I prepared earlier. It's a new old stock. Well, the silencer was new old stock. It's got a bit rusty. It's been on another van outside, and the downpipe's pretty good condition. It's not new old stock, but it's pretty good condition. So that'll tide us over, just to quieten it down when we're moving it around. I won't be putting a tailpipe on it. No point for the moment. It's just literally to move it around. So anyway, we'll see how we get on with that, and hopefully if it all goes to plan, it should be pretty straightforward. I hate saying things like that. Oh, well, that was a lot of fun. Right, well, got the downpipe off. As you can see, it's shot to bits. Also got a nice gash on the back of my hand. Yeah, not bleeding too bad, never mind. Oh, need a plaster? Probably not. Anyway, so that's knackered. As I thought, the stud snapped, as I thought it would, as it always does. So now we're going to have to take the manifold off, get the old studs out, and then put new ones in. So, happy days. A job that could take half an hour is now going to take about 3. But that's life, I'm afraid. It's the way it goes. Anyway, so next job then is remove the manifold, carburetor manifold, and sort that out. Here we go then. Another bit for the scrap. Mind the paintwork. I'll gather some tools together and we'll get going. Okay, so we're now inside the van and we're about to remove the manifold, carburetor, blah blah blah. So here we go, happy days. Tools you'll need for doing this job, in case you've never done it before: a 7/16 spanner, 1/2 inch spanner, preferably with a bend in it. This one I made, see this little one here? It was just a general spanner, heated it up and bent it, put a bend in it like that, and shaved a little bit off one side. It's basically saying get down the back side of the carburetor without too much hassle. That really helps out, that little spanner. So 7/16 for all the bolts around the outside. It should be, sometimes they've been changed over the years, so don't take my word for it. And 1/2 inch bolts for the manifold bolts, okay. But we'll take the carb off first, and the air filter hose, carb linkage, making sure to keep all these little bits safe, because if you don't have an abundance of them, they can be a pain to find. So you've got to look after all your little clips and stuff. You'll need a pair of pliers, a ratchet with a 1/2 inch socket, and yeah, you should be good to go. So here we go then. Right guys, that was a bit of a struggle, but we managed to get the manifold off. The side panel here, someone put a bolt through there which is jammed solid, and I really couldn't be bothered to get a cutter and cut it off because the whole lot's going anyway, so just pushed it up out the way for a minute. But yeah, we got the manifold off and it actually looks in very good condition, which is always good news. It's no pitting or anything, it's really nice. Even the little rings are all in place, everything's just where it should be. And the middle stud's still in place, which is your locator, which is always handy too. Yeah, so we're going to take the manifold into the tool shop and change these studs over. Next job. Right, here we are in the tool shop. Got the manifold in the vise. There's a bit of rag on. Let's do. Really mucky doing this job. Yeah, there's a number of ways of doing this. A lot of you probably know a lot better than me anyway, because everyone has their own way of doing things. But the way I do it is get the cobwebs off it. Oh, that's interesting. We already have a stud completely missing. Couldn't even see that with all the rubbish that's on the damn thing. I'm going to stay at that. So what we'll do is we'll find a suitable bolt to drop in there, and we'll get this one out, drill it out. So a pair of bolts to go in there, and then we'll put them through, weld them in, and then cut the tops off. But the one thing I do is common sense really, is always make sure there's a nut on there before you cut them off, because then obviously you wind the thread back off, which is always handy, isn't it? So that's what we'll do. We'll clean that up and get it all ready to some new studs in. Right, well that's that cleaned up, and we'll drill this one out now. One thing I will say is, guys, always wear goggles and safety equipment when using the grinders, and always have a guard on your grinder like that hasn't got, and always my other one, because I don't like them, but that's my prerogative. That's up to me if I want to cut my face off or whatever. But if I was you, I'd use a guard. So next job is to get this drilled out and drop some bolts through there, get them welded in. Job should be a good one. Well, silly me, done all that and thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So anyway, never mind. Right, so I've cleaned all the holes out. I drilled them out to just a little bit smaller than the larger than the bolt. So they slot in there quite nicely now. You see, like that. Okay. So what we'll do now is we'll switch it over and weld them on the other side, weld them all up, and that should give us some really nice studs that aren't going to go anywhere. And I've got some nice little brass nuts to go on there as well. So we'll be in business, mate. I tell you, when we get that all lined up, beautiful job. Should last years, shouldn't it? Might as well do it properly now, because I don't have to take it off again then. So there you are. I'll put you back on the tripod. Sorry about that. Right. Let's have a look. Pretty good that. Let's give that a little tap down. So jam it in the hole. That was not going to jam. So what we'll do as well, I'll just try the old exhausts to make sure they line up okay. Look at that. A perfect job, don't you think? I think so. What do you think, Outred? You don't care, do you? I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Right, let's switch this around so we can get to them. There's your mate, he's gone. We've got some farm dogs down the road. They come past in the truck barking all the time, and he goes chasing them up the road. Well, he doesn't actually go on the road, but he would do if he could. Right, need to clean that up a little bit in there. And get the grinder in there. In there, can I get in there? Not with that. This one maybe. Yes. Lovely jubbly, as old Del Boy would say. Right, now that's in there. Tidy. That's got to weld up lovely, that is. So we get that in there, get that in there. Just switch that over a minute. Tap that out and give that a clean up. It's gone a bit tight. There it goes. Come here. Clean that bit up. Wearing glasses is a pain, but it does have its advantages sometimes. You have to put goggles on. That's lovely. Right, I think we're just about good to go there. I don't know whether you can see, I'll just move you over a little bit so you can see the back of that. See in there? Out of focus. There, so we're going to weld that all up, both sides, both bits, and we should be in business, he says. Back in place. Oops. Right. Right, well. Gas on, roller on, mask on. Mask on. We're on. Right, here we jolly go then. Here we go. Lovely jubbly. That's one. And the other side. That's that. Pretty straightforward. Turn the gas off. Mask off. Look at that. Yeah, it's always better to do a proper job. Cutting corners gets you nowhere, because you always have to go back and sort it out later. So you might as well do it right the first time. And that fits absolutely lovely. Give that a bit of a clean up. The old grinder. And that'll do. Good, isn't it? Turn that over. Just love metal in your face. That will do nicely. Look at that. Fantastic. Before we go too mad and celebrate, a cup of tea or something, let's just double check the fitting of the exhaust pipe. That's got kind of hot. Should be fine. They're hot now. Very hot. Oh, beautiful. Lovely. Don't forget, what's that one? Don't forget, guys, when fitting a new exhaust to a Bedford Ca, you will need one of these, which is a copper ring. Copper ring goes on there normally, and then gets squished in there, and that makes your seal. Goes like that. Okay. So that's that. That's that. We're good to go. Next job, put the manifold back on. And we're back where we started this morning to fit a new exhaust pipe. 3 hours later. Just pop those on there for now so we know where they are. That's a good job, that. That's a good job. Done it before, I think. Right, put these away for another day. And another manifold. And we're in business. Well, here we are then, back in the van. I think the dog wants to come in. Do you want to come in, Uhtred? Do you want to come in, mate? Huh? Well, I don't think there's enough room. Well, there is, but I don't think we're going to get up here. Anyway, there he goes. Off on his patrols again. Which he likes to do. Right, let's get you in the right place. Sorry about the great camera work today. Oh, he's coming in. You have to go that way. Come on in. Come on in. You won't get in there. You're too lazy. You're too lazy. Can't be bothered, can you? Oh, I'm going through the floor here. No, you can't. You can't. Right, manifold. Manifold on stud, please. Heavy old bugger. Get on there. Right, there you go. Okay. So let's get that nut on the middle first. That's not me heavy breathing, it's the dog. Right. I know, you can't come in here. You're too lazy. Go on then, get up then. You won't get up. You won't. You're too lazy. Come on, you muppet. Go on then. Go on then. You know what? This dog won't travel in a modern car. He hates them. But a Bedford, he can't get enough of it. It's very strange. Right, hang on then. Move the seat. on in. Up you get. Up you get them. Look at this. Pathetic. Look. Pathetic. Come on, you're supposed to be like a police dog. You should be able to jump up in there. You give up. Anyway. Mad as a hatter. Ooh. Where was I? Right, you stay there then as a good boy, because I can't be dealing with you right now. Okay, so we get this middle bolt back on to support it. Where's my half-inch spanner gone? Now you're being silly. Oh, God. Can you pass me the half-inch spanner? I've left it on the wing. Please? Can you? You trip? Okay, we'll leave that. I'll get it in a minute. Let's get some of these long bolts in. Oh no, that ain't gonna work. Top one's in. Right. It's that one, isn't it? Right, so the idea now is to replace all the bolts and get the manifold back on. Okay? Right then guys, time to get the manifolds all back on and bolted on. It's very warm in here today. Very warm indeed. I seem to be sweating rather a lot. Right, now time to get the carb back on there. So we want to pop that back on like that. Ooh, missed. That's it. The back one's always the awkward one. Always a bit of a pain to get on there. Dog's still trying to get in the van. Oh, there you go. See, dropped off already. Be quiet. I can't understand why you're so lazy. These either go straight on first shot or you mess about with them for ages. You don't want to go dropping it, that's the thing. And there it goes. Right, that's that one on. On the outside. And even that's being a pain now. Yes, yes. Nope. Have I picked up the wrong nut? I don't think so. It came off there, should go back on there. That's it. Big Fred, please. You're a pain. You have to go over in your bed if you're not a good boy. Yeah, he's got this fetish with Bedfords, this dog. Like I said, he won't travel in a modern car, he doesn't like it at all. We can take him anywhere in a Bedford, which is alright. But if you want to go long journeys, it's not great. Ow. Right, that's one. I don't sure about this nut. Unless there's another one in that pocket and I have to pick up the wrong one. Yeah, there is. Oh, yeah. Nope. There's actually not a lot left of the pocket, let alone have anything in it. the old tarantula knocking about. Oh, there's a big hole. Vent, I think they call that. No, this is the nut. Why it's not going on is anyone's guess. Most interesting videos, isn't it? Oh, there you go, straight on. Strange, isn't it? Right, so tighten this up. And then it's time to get the exhaust on underneath. So I think I might skip to that because it's not going to be very interesting. Okay chaps, right, carburetor's all back on and air filter pipe, choke, accelerator, spring, everything is all back as it should be, and manifold. Next job is to fit the exhaust downpipe. Always a struggle, even with two people. I'm on my own. Yippee! Right, so I'm going to get the downpipe, see if I can offer it up, get these bolts on, nuts on, and get it done up. We'll see what we're going to do now. Oh my life, here we go. Right, so we've got the downpipe on, which wasn't easy. It's a right struggle, in fact. But there you can see it down in there. Okay, so that all worked out very nicely. Next job is to get the silencer on, which is all work underneath. So I'll get that on and I'll be back. Oops. Right, ladies and jelly babies. We have now done the exhaust off camera. I've just put a temporary tank to the pump and put a new piece of hose to the carburetor from the pipe. And what we're going to do now is to see if the petrol pump is working. So if it pumps fuel up to the car. If it does, after a few turns, we should have ignition. See what happens, shall we? I've got to put some fuel in there first. That's not going to work, can't reach it. And you've got a little drop in the can. So remove that out and put it in. That's enough for now. Okay, glug. Let's have a look. See what happens here. Still glugging. Are we filling the pump up? Right, let's turn it over and find out, shall we? I didn't expect that at all. No choke, nothing. Started on what was left in the car and pulled the fuel up for its pump. And as you can hear, it's a lot quieter than it was yesterday, which was the main object of the exercise: get it quiet and get it running without all the grief. We'll let it warm up for a bit, I think. Bring you over here. The bonnet don't fall off. Incredible. Don't have a lot of fuel in that tank, so a little bit more. It's funny, you can actually hear everything that's noisy now, like the water pumps slightly noisy. There's a bit of a noise on the dynamo, it's noisy. And whether you can see the pump down there with the fuel in it. And there, you see it? Probably not. But hell of an improvement on yesterday. Get you off here, I think, see better. So we've got a new petrol hose. You see the pump down there? Plugging away. So all I basically done was put this little can in here and then took it straight to the pump. Hell of a difference, isn't it? Noise wise. Alright, so next we're going to put it down on the ground and see if we can get it moving. Super. Back as full as we go. Lovely. We had a little bit of bother with that lead again, but running a little bit lumpy on sort of tick over. I think it's carburetor wear, but other than that, it sounds pretty good. I think I might stop. Yeah, this carburetor's a bit worn. It's moving about a bit here. Oh, normal sort of thing, isn't it? The carbs, pain. But anyway, it's running, it's driving. We've done exactly what we set out to do. So it basically means I can move it in and out of the workshop in between doing other jobs until we come to strip it down. And when we do, it'll be engine out anyway, and cab off, and replacement cab on. I mean, it's just too far gone, really. It's gone all underneath as well. On this side, there's a particularly bad. And up underneath as well, you see that. But anyway, it's just not worth messing around with. It's easier to change it, so that's what we'll do. Yes, but happy days indeed. What a lovely van it's going to turn out to be, like my other one, which I absolutely adore. Anyway, there you are. We're just about done on this one now, for the time being. So I hope you enjoyed their little videos. I hope you've sort of like it's been informative enough. Never really know what to do, but anyway, I can only tell you what I know. Next up, it should be a video on a 1964 panel van that I picked up last week. Will it run? Who knows? We'll find out sooner or later. Anyway, thanks for watching Madworks Garage, and don't forget to like and subscribe and share the videos about. Anyway, all the best to you. Take care.